One of the coldest sports cards from a few weeks ago is now one of the hottest cards in the hobby. We've got a wild top 5 cards today, so let's get started. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. And right off the bat, everybody, I have to say thank you for the overwhelming support that you guys showed when we made our big announcement this past Sunday night. We announced that we were opening Cards HQ, our new card shop here in Atlanta that also will be available to all of you, no matter where you are in the world, to shop virtually 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's going to be like nothing else out there. And thank you for everybody who commented on the videos, shared our social posts. I cannot wait to get the store open early next year and share it all with you. But today, we've got to talk about what is going on in the card market. There is some fun price movements happening. And of course, today's Top 5 is sponsored by Whatnot. Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night, starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun. And if you scan the QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, you'll get $10 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Okay, let's take a quick look at the overall sports card market with the Market Pulse by Market Movers. It has not been a good last month for the sports card market. The sports card market is down almost 4% over the last 30 days. You're seeing interest in football cards start to die off a little bit now that the season is underway. You're seeing some players go down who haven't performed as well. Also, a lot of baseball cards. The guys who didn't make the playoffs specifically, interest in their cards is fading. Of course, Ohtani's in that category. So you're seeing a little bit of a softening right now. It actually often happens at this time of year. Hopefully we'll end the year on a positive note. I don't know, but that is where things are at the moment. But there are some cards that are making big moves in the hobby. So let's get going with today's Top 5. We're starting with a cold card today, and it is Pikachu. Pikachu with a gray felt hat. Now, you guys know Pikachu, the pop culture icon, the main character in the Pokemon universe, but there was recently a collaboration between Pokemon and the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam that resulted in collectors lining up and absolutely swarming these cards in person when they became available. It created absolute hysteria. Maybe you saw some of the videos on social media. It was absolutely wild. And of course, once these cards started hitting the secondary market like eBay, right off the bat, they were selling for very high prices, like over $500. But that didn't last long. Today, these cards are now below $90. Let's take a look at Market Movers, and you can see these first sales, were just incredibly high the day this started to happen in late September. But then you saw a pretty rapid drop off. Now, this is not unlike what you often see with any type of new release, but this is a little more extreme because of the hype that led up to this. But there's still a ton of sales volume and interest in this card overall. You know what? I think it's a pretty cute looking card. What do you think? I'm not a big Pikachu collector, but you know what? I wouldn't mind one of those for my collection. Maybe now that the prices are a little bit lower, maybe it's time to pick one up. Speaking of picking one up, it might be time to pick up one of these Joe Namath 1965 Topps rookie cards. Now, this is something new we're doing here in the Top 5. This is our investment card of the week. And this came from one of our viewers' suggestions. In last week's episode of the YouTube comments, they said, hey, you always focus on these ultra modern cards, typically low dollar cards. Why don't you talk about a real investment card, a card that you should hold for a long time, one of these rare, beautiful vintage cards? And I said, you know what? You're right. We don't talk about that enough on this show. We always talk about the ultra modern because those are the ones going up and down the most week over week. But if you're looking to really invest in cards and hold cards for the long term, it's cards like this Joe Namath card that is often going to be your better bet. This one is notable this week because one of these recently sold for $207,400 in PSA 8.5 condition on Golden just the other day. And in fact, if we look here in Market Movers, I brought up a little bit lesser condition of this card, the PSA 6 and the PSA 4 version of this Joe Namath card. These ones transact a little bit more. And you can see, looking over the last 180 days, these are up a little bit. The PSA 6 is up about 11%. That card today will cost you $6,300. About 6 months ago, that card was $5,700. And the PSA 4, that card's up about 13% over the last 180 days. That card right now is about $2,900. You could have picked that card up for about $2,500, $2,600 about 6 months ago. Now, this is significant because while we see a lot of the modern quarterbacks who are playing today, their prices fluctuate so much every single week, but it's nice to see the slow but steady rise of these vintage Hall of Famers. But now let's talk about some cards really making moves. Puka Nacua is in today's top 5. We finally had to put him in the top 5. We've resisted because he doesn't have that many cards out on the sports card market yet because he's a rookie. But we can't ignore him anymore. This guy's gone crazy this season. 46 catches for 572 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Rams. Now, Kupp did just come back, but it doesn't look like Nacua is going to slow down at all. He seems to be an absolute star, and the combination of Nacua and Kupp, that is a deadly combination for the Rams. Let's take a look at his card prices. So the cards that we are tracking here are his from 2023 Prism draft picks. We've got his draft picks autograph, his draft picks silver, and his draft picks base card. And look at the last 30 days of all of these cards. We're looking from a percentage standpoint. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Look at this, guys. These percentages are unbelievable. The draft picks autograph is up 487%. You could have bought that card 30 days ago for $20, and it most recently sold for $120. That card has gone from $20 to $120 in 30 days. That is every football collector and investor's dream, to see their card go up, 5 or 6 times over the course of 30 days. That's what's happened with Puka Nacua. As he gets more cards out, if he continues to play well, maybe he continues to rise this list. And ironically, in the number 4 spot, it is Nacua's teammate Cooper Kupp. He has made the top 5 today because he is back in action. Of course, Kupp was so instrumental when the Rams won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, but he missed the last 8 games of last season with an ankle injury, and then he injured his hamstring in training camp, so he missed the first 4 games of this season. But he just returned to action this past weekend, finished with 8 catches and 118 yards, so clearly he is picking up where he left off. And you can see the impact this is having already on his card prices. I brought 3 of his rookie cards from 2017 up on the screen. His Prism Silver, his Optic Base, and his 2022 Downtown, actually. All of these in PSA 10 condition. You can see all of these rising on the chart over the course of the last 30 days. Actually, these started rising as people anticipated him getting back onto the field. These are all up anywhere between 12% and all the way up at 53%. That Optic Base has gone from about $40 to about $60. The Prism Silver from $90 to about $110, and the Downtown from $256 to $288 over the last 30 days. All right, guys, this one might surprise you. The number 3 card today, it's Justin Fields. Yes, Justin Fields. He was on the cold list just a few weeks ago because his cards absolutely tanked the first few weeks of the NFL season. Of course, he had just 3 touchdowns and 4 interceptions through his first 3 games of the season. But these last 2 weeks, he has 8 passing touchdowns and just 1 interception. And of course, last week, he led the Bears to a 40-20 win over Washington. So all of a sudden, people are jumping back on the Justin Fields train, and his cards are starting to skyrocket. This is incredible. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. Look at this graph. Over the last 14 days, we're looking at price change by percentage for 5 of his rookie cards. Look at all these things explode. This is funny. These are all from 2021. His Donruss base, his Prism base, his Optic base, his Prism Silver, and his Optic Hollow, all in PSA 10 condition, all up anywhere between about 4% and all the way up at 76%. The Donruss base has gone from $20 to $36. The Prism base from $35 to $47. The Optic base from $28 to $35. The Prism Silver from $345 to $358. The Optic Hollow from $92 to $138. There has been some big gains all around, and if he continues to play well, maybe this continues. Maybe he will finally live up to some of that preseason hype. If you've been watching the baseball playoffs, you probably expected this guy to be on the list. Corbin Carroll is number 2 in today's top 5. And of course, the Arizona Diamondback star, he's been good all season. He's the heavy favorite to win National League Rookie of the Year, finished the regular season with a .285 batting average, 25 home runs, and 54 stolen bases, a big number there. But he has been even better in the playoffs. And what a surprise the Diamondbacks have been. They swept Milwaukee, and now they're up 2-0 on the Dodgers. I don't think anybody saw that coming. In the best out of 5 divisional series, the Diamondbacks are up 2-0 over the Dodgers. Corbin Carroll's Cards have been doing well in the market as a result. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. And what you'll actually see is they actually came down a little bit over the last day or two, but I think that's because all of these sales from yesterday, they probably happened before the game ended yesterday. They probably happened before people anticipated that the Diamondbacks were actually going to win and actually go up 2-0 on the Dodgers. So I think what you'll see is these cards continue to shoot up in the next few days. But even without that, the last 14 days overall has been pretty good. The cards we're looking at on that graph are his 2023 Topps Chrome Base in PSA 10 and SGC 10, and his Topps Chrome Refractor in PSA 10 and SGC 10, and his Bowman Draft Chrome Refractor in PSA 10. All of these cards right now up as much as about 16%. And once again, I think you're going to see these percentages get a lot bigger here over the next couple of days. It's going to be exciting to watch. It's time for today's number 1 card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's episode are from Market Movers, and Market Movers is now better than ever before because you can comp out any card. You can find the price of any card that has sold on any of the major marketplaces recently using our brand new sales history feature. If you haven't checked out Market Movers in a while, or if you've never checked it out, now is your moment. Go to sportscardinvestor.com and click on Market Movers in the main menu bar. Or take your phone out, go to the App Store, download the Market Movers app, give it a try. I think you are going to like it. All right, guys, number 1 this week, you probably could guess it's Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is absolutely well deserving of the number 1 spot. He was number 1 a couple of weeks ago, but his cards continue to go up, and even more now that the Niners are coming off an absolutely crushing, dominating win over the Dallas Cowboys. The Niners have gone to 5-0 to start the season. They look like they're going to be almost impossible to beat. And Purdy has completed 72% of his passes this season for over 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. I mean, you cannot ask for more from a quarterback than that. Brock Purdy is the real deal. His cards right now, they're the real deal as well. Let's take a look at Market Movers. Look at this graph over the last 30 days. I mean, that is the graph you want to see when you are looking at any sports card. You want the cards to just be flying up and to the right. That's beautiful. These are his 2022 rookie cards we're looking at. Prism Base, Prism Silver, Donruss Base, Optic Base, and his Optic Downtown. Really beautiful, nice high-end downtown card there. All of these cards over the last 30 days. Look at the percentages they're up. 131% for his Prism Base. That card's gone from $120 30 days ago to $278 today. His Silver is up 62.3%. That card's gone from $707 to $1,150. That's incredible. His Donruss Base is up 98%. His Optic Base is up 61%. And how about his Optic Downtown? This card is up over $1,200 in the last 30 days. His Optic Downtown 30 days ago was around $2,200, $2,300. It is now $3,500. What a 30-day run for Brock Purdy. Can it keep going? Can it keep going? If the 49ers keep winning and he stays healthy, it might be able to keep going, but that's no guarantee. We'll see what happens. It's football. It is always a roll of the dice whenever you are buying cards of any player currently playing, or really any card for that matter. So be safe, invest wisely, diversify for sure. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's top 5. If you did, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe, and go check out Market Movers right now. Download that Market Movers app in the App Store on your phone. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next episode. Take care.